Mesiti coming at you live at 5, and the saga and the slow death of the beautiful state of Victoria continues under dictator Comrade Dan and his right-hand man. You know, I look, you know, every despot's got a right-hand man, and I don't know, Brett Sutton back there, I don't know what his intentions are, but it seems to me that Brett Sutton, according to some posts that I've seen, has got connections with people in Bill Gates and their foundation. Recent thing that I read today again states that Brett Sutton did not recommend lockdowns. Well, it seems to go from one lie to the other. And you know, here's the thing about lying. When you start telling one lie, you've got to continue telling lies. What I want to give you is a chronological scenario or chronological detail of what's happening. I want to thank one of my friends out there, Tony Skinner, for this. Tony, I know you're out there, mate, and I want to thank you for posting this. But you know, this fascist regime at some point needs to be not just called out, but dealt with. And right now there's a petition going around for the Governor General to basically shut down Parliament. And he's the only one apparently with the power to do so. There may be other people out there. Maybe ScoMo can really start, you know, what I believe, exercising his authority as a Prime Minister of this country. But let me tell you, on March 30th, lockdown announced to flatten the curve. Flatten the curve, that was the goal. May 27th, single-digit cases were the envy of the entire world in Victoria. This is May 27th. June 6th, 0 cases. So all the hard work of the people of Victoria paid off and the restrictions were eased. But Dan Andrews did not use the ADF like all the other state premiers. Instead, he awarded the hotel quarantine contract to the company Mesiti, owned by Henry Pinskier, longtime Labor Party donors, whose daughter, Abby Pinskier, is one of Dan Andrews' key advisors. Now tell me if that reeks of a conflict of interest. How does he get away with this? June 11th, 10,000 plus BLM protests on the streets, and only one person is tested positive and apparently no transmissions, allegedly. June 17th, 20 plus cases, hotel quarantine breaches are kept hidden from the public. June 21st, he eases restrictions on gyms and restaurants and opens them up. June 29th, he locked down hotspot suburbs and postcodes. July 4th, locked down 9 public houses and 108 cases were found. July 6th, border closures. July 8th, stage 3. It's only 6 weeks until we find that COVID normal. Dan, what is COVID? We don't want COVID normal. We want Australian normal. We don't want your COVID normal. It's not working. Nothing you're doing is working, sunshine. Nothing. And the mark of a great leader is an ability to admit his mistakes. August 4th, 4 weeks into stage 3, cases rise to 700 plus. August 5th, stage 4. We do this once, we do this properly. If we do this right, we don't have to be locked down till Christmas. We can find that COVID norm. Again, he loves this word, COVID norm and rules. If we, the people of Victoria did they did this. They did everything you asked, and still to this day are doing it. The only one who's not doing what it's supposed to do, which is you, is, and if you got any kind of dignity, fall on your sword and take Brett, who can't even shave and scrub up looking like supposed to be our chief medical officer. Have some respect for the people you address every day, Brett. Have a shave and wear some decent clothes. And yes, I am attacking him on that basis. Represent the people. And by the way, we didn't elect you, but at least you dress up for us. August 30th, state of emergency extensions does not mean I want to keep anyone locked down for the next 6 months. We need these powers for simple mask plus quarantine laws to ensure a COVID normal for 2021 until we get that vaccine. There we go. No mention of us using our immune system, that vaccine, and administer it to each and every single Victorian. That was August 30th. There's his agenda. You're not going to be free until I dictate to you that you're going to get jabbed. September 1st, state of emergency powers passes the upper house. September 6th, stage 4 extended till September 28th. Curfew extended till October 26th. And curfews won't be lifted until we record less than 5 cases a day for 14 consecutive days. Stage 3, likely to last till Christmas. In other words, another 4 months of lockdown. Lies, 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 cover up, lies. If this was in a court of law, he would be called a false witness. He arrogantly refuses Scott Morrison's advice for ADF help for quarantine and continuously denies they offered help when all evidence goes against this. He states Morrison, and he hates, you can't stand Morrison. Little knows why Scott Morrison defends him. He chose to handle him himself, changed the contract to one of his key advisors' fathers, and caused a record wave of cases. He kept the Cedar Meats outbreak hidden from the public for 2 weeks. Coincidentally, they're one of Labor's major sponsors. What a surprise. Jenny Mikakos, Health Minister, refuses to release scientific documents in Parliament. Dan Andrews has a judicial inquiry investigating his complete shambolic hotel quarantine blunder, avoids accountability, and what does he do? Shuts down Parliament. Shuts down the voice of democracy. Scott Morrison, where in the world are you, brother? I don't know what it is, but there's something in that Constitution that goes against what this despot is doing. Dan Andrews continuously deflects the blame onto the people of Victoria. We all know that someone isn't doing the right thing. Yeah, we do, Dan. You. He claims 1 in 4 people in quarantine weren't staying at home. This was debunked during the live conference. According to Victoria Police records, only 16 people were fined. He then blames families, gatherings, barbecues, healthcare workers, and the blame keeps going on. He allows the BLM protest, 10,000 people, and yet goes and allows his police force then to arrest grandmothers sitting on park benches. He closes churches, gyms, but allow bottle shops, gambling, TV shows, and shooting galleries for drug addicts. And of course, we've got to have the show of the mask because obviously they're wearing a mask. 85% of COVID deaths have been from aged care homes. He had 10 weeks to fix the eradicating transmission into the aged care home system, and he has not. He simply has not protected the elderly and has single-handedly destroyed an entire economy across the nation. This is not just about Victoria. He ignores 50 letters from doctors, and most recently stated he did not concur with a letter from 13 of Australia's top doctors who called for the suffering to end because their views opposed the CHO. They simply called for debate and openness of scientific evidence to be made public. A team of economists, psychologists, and epidemiologists, but he refuses. Not once has this man ever apologized or given any significant apology. What do you call someone who lies, conflict of interest, covers up, dishonesty, irresponsible, incompetence, death, economic implosion? And yet, sadly, some people in Victoria still think this guy is an answer to their prayers. Victoria, you will lose all your freedoms if there's anything going to be left of Victoria. I estimate that once this is somewhat over, there will be a mass exodus greater than the children of Israel leaving Egypt. My encouragement to you is to stand strong and to keep writing. Write to the governor, write to him. Lobby them. Do not give up. Push hard. What I find amazing is that now the mainstream media, Channel 9, Channel 7, Channel 10, they're adding to the frustration of the people where guys that are independent news reporters get arrested, thrown on the street, and yet the prime time people hide behind their fake news. They don't report the truth. Why is the media not asking the hard questions to this despot? Have you listened? Why don't they let Avi up there or myself question him? on the incompetence, the lies, the hidden interests. It's time for the journalists of this country to stand up to him. Thank God for Alan Jones. Thank God for the insiders. Thank God for people like Paul Murray. Thank God for people like Andrew Bolt. Because the mainstream media, the days of the Brian Hendersons are far gone. We now have to put up with people like The Project, Wahid, and their fake news, while Victoria suffers a slow death. I believe that one of the things we can do is speak up, shame these people for what they are, expose the darkness. Keep posting on your social media. Keep writing letters to governors and politicians. We must not give up our freedom or our fight for our freedom. All we have left is a voice. I choose to use it on this platform, even though I get criticized, blasted, attacked, the vitriol that comes my way. But I'm here fighting for Victoria, and I'm here fighting for our nation. As I said recently, I'm not concerned about the mask they're trying to put on me. I'm concerned about the communism they're trying to put on my kids and my grandkids. And for that reason, we must stand and fight. Once again, a big shout out to Tony Skinner. Thanks, mate, for your post. This is Pat Mesiti. On a good note. Next Wednesday, I have a special summit, digital summit with my great friend, Mark Victor Hansen. He's going to speak to you about the new economy. He's going to speak to you about the opportunity in crisis. He's going to speak to you about being self-empowered and self-reliant and self-sufficient. Make sure you click on the link, secure your seat. We've got 1,000, actually currently a couple hundred tickets left. Be part of it next Wednesday night. God bless you. You have a prosperous day.